And I'll tell you, I was in high school. I was in high school when Black Sabbath played their first U.S. tour, and they played here.
Loud.
Except that night I couldn't get in. We drove up and down, and we stood outside the door and listened for a while.
But you couldn't get in because you didn't have the bread.
Right, I didn't.
Because if you'd had the money, you could probably buy a ticket.
Probably, no.
I don't ever remember.
We spent all our bread on gas money.
But we would drive from San Bernardino, and it seemed like it was never sold out. You could always, if you had the money, you could walk and buy a ticket. Can you believe that in today's world?
That's because it was almost, what was happening back then, it was almost as important to be seen walking up and down Sunset as it was to be in here watching a band. So you come in here and watch the band for a while, then split. Be all stylish, you know.
Back in the 70s, that strip, every guy walking down that strip was a rock star. In the late 70s and 80s, they all were dressed as if they were rock stars. I mean, you would think, oh, he must be in a band. Oh, he must be in a band. And then here comes Jimi Hendrix. Did you read the Eric Bird in the Animals book? He wrote a story about Jimi Hendrix with Chaz Chandler, who was a bass player in the Animals, became Jimi Hendrix's manager at one point. And Chaz Chandler said he was driving with Jimmy down the strip in front of the Whiskey, and there was a big line of people out in front, you know, it was a big scene. And Hendrix said, hey, man, when's the last time you felt anything? And he thought he was mean and soulful, and he's going, oh, you know, it's been a long time. And Jimmy, bam, punched him in the side of the head, jumped out of the car, and ran into the Whiskey. That story's in a book.
All right, Sam, you know what? I got a little one, too, a little one. We used to play five sets a night at Gazzari's on the strip. I mean, one night we played, in between sets, Richie Blackmore comes walking in, right? Because Deep Purple's in town. Another time, and I kid you not, Alex Van Halen and I, we walk over to the Rainbow because he hears John Bonham's in town. Led Zeppelin, right?
Al's hero.
So we come walking in, John Bonham, drunk. You know? He's in there with somebody, and he took a swing at Alex Van Halen. Al came up and tried to give him some love or whatever, and I think it was like, kind of. But you know, that's what would happen out here. I mean, guys were hanging out.
You got to tell Jason that story when we go out.
His son, Jason Bonham?
Jason Bonham. Tell him that his pop took a swing at Al.
But that's what would happen here on the strip. There'd be bands, any big band playing in town or whatever, they'd come and hang out here too. Yeah. You know, either at the Rainbow or the Roxy or here.
History. I saw Steppenwolf here. I mean, just on and on and on.
All good time.
Rhinoceros, they were from LA, a band that kind of never made it, but I thought they were when I was coming up, they were my favorite band, you know, and I came to see them, and they were opening for Steppenwolf. Just happened to got to see Steppenwolf too. How much was it to get in here? $1.50? I don't remember.
If even that much.
$1? 500 seats, $1? $500? How much did the band make? 150, 200 bucks, and we thought they were rich and famous. Ah! Hey, rockers, you want to see more of my rock and roll road trip? Go right here for exclusive behind-the-scenes content.